Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome. So I've got quite an interesting treat installed for you guys today, and it's not a tank, it's not anything in that sort of category. It is, of course, the racetrack from Star Wars. Now, if you know too much about Star Wars, that I do not at all, this is of course on Tatooine, and it's been in the back of my mind to make something like this for quite a while. Number one, we need somewhere to test out all the vehicles, and number two, I think we need a pod race. I think that's just an important thing that's going to happen. So it's still not finished. There's a few bits that need to be completed. As you can see, these damaged seats and stuff that I just need to fix and sort out and reformat them, and also work on the size of different tunnels and other things. But I'll actually take you around. But first of all, I'm going to show you one of the ships. So one of the actual priority things that I'm trying to work on is getting the ship's size right. Now in sort of comparison with the actual track itself. So this is the Plug X Mammoth, and now this is the flown bot. This is one of the biggest ships basically. So if I can fit this ship around the course, that means it's going to be quite important. But currently, I'm struggling to do so. So there it is. Makes that awesome chugging noise. That oh, let's get in it. Let's get inside. So yeah, it sadly doesn't make that in Space Engineers, but it'd be cool if it could. But move on anyway. Now I'll take you around the track. So we've got the main staging area. We've got where Jabba sits there and flicks things off down into the bottom pit area. And we go around here and we start to enter the first sort of desert flat sort of area. So everything's been a lot more confined because I've not got like a massive kilometers on kilometers of actual map. I've got quite a small asteroid to build everything into, and the track needs to be quite tight, quite neat. So what I've been trying to do is build the track out to be as accurate as possible. So this is the first sort of canyon maze area, and the problem is at the moment is getting the sides so they don't tend to hit you, but at the same time they feel like they're really close to you as you go through it. So now we're moving on to the mushroom area. So this is just different sort of shaped canyon, sort of crinkly rocks and all sorts of scary bits. So we've got some extra rocks there that we're going to need to get rid of. But moving on, we have a bit more of an opening, and we have a larger sort of canyon. So a lot of it is canyon racing, and these areas to overtake, and I've edited some things in. We've got Dead Man's Corner here, this really sharp corner, and it just wraps around. Hopefully it's going to take a few people out. Now we continue on. We're getting towards the interesting. This is actually where he does the awesome move where he gets hit off the track, goes up this ramp. I need to put a gate at the bottom, and I need to extend this track out. So this track's width at the moment is probably about, needs to be another quarter wider to fit all the vehicles in more effectively. So we're back into another canyon, and then it opens up and starts to dip down into that absolutely amazing scary dark tunnel that you see in the movie. So it just dips down, starts to get curly out. What I'm going to try to do is get some sort of spikes coming down from the ceiling in areas. So we'll whack our lights on as we go through here. Still pretty damn dark though, so you don't need it. Another really tight corner into the actual exit to this. Now this is nearly one lap complete, but now we've got the final, this really large corner, really turned. So this is going to be a really top priority spot, I think, for overtaking. And in the movie you had the Tusken Raiders on top of here shooting at them as they went past. And we go into the final sort of canyon, and then that brings us back out to the start. Now the starting area in the sort of the movie has a big circle here, and then there's a little pit stop and all sorts of other things, but due to the size of this I couldn't really fit everything on. I've got the tunnel and other things running underneath here, so I couldn't actually risk it in the build. But that's how far I am currently at the moment. Now let's talk about the ships a little bit more. So this is the size I'm thinking of building. I'm not too sure if it's too big or too small. At the moment I think it's a little bit too big, but I could be right in scale. I mean, it's supposed to be 7 meters in actual length, and it just looks a little bit more than probably that. If I'm about 6 foot, let's say, in this game, I'm not too sure, but it seems to be a reasonable size. Let's actually try and make our way around the track now. So I'm not going to hold out too much luck for this, but you can just imagine how interesting it's going to be. I'm going to have to get Sage and the other guys, and Aaron clearly can't drive, or he's not got enough side thrusters, at least. Yeah, so it's going to have to be made a lot wider, unless I have to fix the ship so they're like really nimble so they can get around the track really well. So obviously, yeah, I think it's, I don't know, that's the question that I'm going to have to pose with you. Should I downsize the scale of the ships, or should I extend the canyon out Or should I just leave it and then let the pilots have to be skilled to actually navigate the course? Because as you can see, the only thing that's actually holding me back is the ship's performance rather than the size itself. So now we go back into the Mushroom Canyon. And Aaron hit something else, and Aaron's terrible at driving. And bring it around here. Now, that's not going to be there, so don't worry about that. That's going to be probably cut out. Bring it back into here, back into this canyon. So this is the biggest ship, and then everything from this is probably going to be smaller. So nothing really to worry about. But yeah, we have to either downscale the ships or widen the canyons. It's just going to have to be done, because otherwise you're going to get stuck, and it's going to be terrible. So continue on through here, see how much further we can get. Plus, overtaking this thing is going to be pretty hard. Just do a bit of a side scoop there. Beautiful. And yeah, this is where I haven't bothered to expand the track yet, so we're definitely not going to fit through here. Yeah, so yeah, it's basically a lot of track expansion, and a few other things need to be done, and then I'm going to release it on the Steam Workshop, get a few more of the race pods in there, and we'll see what we can do. Well, that's currently the stage I'm at the moment, so widening the track is the next goal, and then I'll probably have it out tomorrow, depending on how it goes. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.